February 20th, 2017. It's a Monday, and my name is Bill McCamley. I'm a state representative from Las Cruces and Mesilla with your legislative update for today. We're halfway through the legislative session, and this is where the real work starts grinding pretty hard. I was actually here at 7:30 this morning, and it's 7:42 right now. So we put in over a 12-hour day and getting bills through committee and through our floor. And here's an update on some of those. So in my committee, the Labor and Economic Development Committee, we actually passed a compromise minimum wage at $9.25 an hour. There's another provision in there which would preempt local municipalities from setting regulations regarding scheduling. This is a big deal in Albuquerque, and some of the business community was worried about it, and I'm not really overly excited about that, but there's not an opportunity for me to turn down those people making minimum wage getting a $1.75 an hour pay raise. I think that's really important and something that, you know, we need to get some kind of thing through. And if there's a chance the governor will sign it, I think that's a bill we need to try to pass. We actually passed a computer science bill from the Senate through the committee today, so that would actually allow for computer science credits to count as both a math or a science class in high schools. There's a great constituent of mine named Elisa Cundiff, who's a computer science teacher in... This is the Speaker of the House, who is currently trying to distract me from this video, and it worked once, but it will not do so again, sir. Anyways, we passed the computer science bill through. It's got one more committee, and if it passes the House floor, it will go to the governor to sign. That's really important. We also passed the bill in my committee to designate $2 million out of our Local Economic Development Act fund for resident businesses. This has been a good program that's helped a lot of businesses come to New Mexico and also expand our job base and expand local businesses, but there's a worry that so much of that money has been spent on the Facebooks, for instance, of the world and big corporations from out of state rather than growing our own businesses, and we're just asking for a small percentage of that to be used for New Mexico businesses. That passed out of my committee as well. In another committee, the Judiciary Committee, the Health Securities Act passed. This is an effort to try to get a single health insurance organization for all of New Mexico, and with the Republicans in Washington threatening to pull the Affordable Care Act back, this is something that a lot of folks have put on the front burner, so that will hit the House floor in the next couple of days. On the floor this evening, there were a couple of bills that passed regarding education that I wanted to tell you about. The first limits testing time that is allowed for public education department tests like the PARCC or end-of-year assessments. And this is a bill that I carried a couple years ago. I'm very proud of Joanne Ferrari, another Las Cruces legislator who carried the version this year. It was her first bill passed to the floor, and I think this is something that people really care about. They think there's too much testing, and this is an effort to really limit and ratchet back the amount of testing that is being onerous on teachers, parents, and students. The other thing that we passed, which is a much more bipartisan effort, was to change the teacher evaluation system regarding attendance. Right now, if you are a teacher and you're sick more than, I think, 3 days, that fourth day starts counting on your, it starts lowering your teacher evaluation. And this is a real problem. We've heard reports of teachers coming in and like throwing up in trash cans and wearing adult undergarments because they're really sick, but they don't want to lose the points on that evaluation system. And actually a couple of Republicans are leading the charge on this one, and it passed out of the House today too. So if these bills, these last two, they go over to the Senate, they go through the same committee process, and if they pass the Senate floor, they'll go to the governor's desk. So that's kind of where we're at today. We'll be doing the big state budget this week, as well as a revenue package that will allow us to not only avoid cuts for education, but increase those a little bit later in the week. So I'll be back at you tomorrow with a further update. Thanks everybody for this. As always, if you have questions, comments, or concerns on these or any other issues, I'd love to hear from you and hope you're having a great day. Bye.